¿Cómo se sienten estar aquí? Michael Elgin, campeón intercontinental y WGP de New Japan.
I feel tired, but I also feel great. I think as a wrestler, there's a few buildings in the world that you want to wrestle. One would be Madison Square Garden, another one would be Tokyo Dome, and then Arena Mexico. And I'm fortunate enough to be here in Arena Mexico right now and get to wrestle here this weekend. And man, if you could bottle up my emotions, I don't think you could explain them. It's a big deal to me, and I definitely don't take it lightly. Actually, when I started wrestling, my trainer taught a lot of Lucha Libre techniques. So I have a small understanding of Lucha Libre, but a huge respect for it. So as I said, it's an exciting moment to be here. It's an exciting moment to be in the ring with everybody from across the world, and I look forward to representing Canada. As a wrestler, you set these goals for yourselves, and unfortunately, not everybody gets to achieve those goals. And out of the goals I've set for myself, this was one, and now I get to achieve it. So, as I said, sometimes it's hard to explain a feeling. It's hard to get the words to express exactly how important it is, but it's one of the most important days of my career. Their style is so much different here in Lucha Libre, but I think that gives me an advantage because my style is so much different. I think that I'm going to bring something to the table that they really haven't seen very often, and I think that that's good for me and bad for them. No, there wasn't any special preparation, and the only reason I say that is because every time you get into a wrestling ring, you have to be prepared. So I take pride in every day of every week, of every year, of every month. I prepare myself for any time I step in that ring. So I take pride in being prepared for any situation. So there was nothing changed. I kept on the path. It's gotten me this far. My preparation got me this. So I think my preparation has been working out pretty good.
Last time this championship was here and stay here with La Sombra. So if there's any Mexican or in their international side that won this championship, maybe they have an opportunity. Cualquier luchador, la vez pasada que este campeonato estuvo aquí, se quedó aquí con La Sombra. Si cualquiera de los luchadores quiere una oportunidad por ese campeonato, tal vez se la pueda dar.
Yeah, anybody who wants this title can come and try to take it away from me. But the problem is when you try to do something like that, you realize just how difficult it is. And no matter what your hopes and thoughts and prayers are, when you get in the ring with me, you realize it was the wrong decision.
I think this couple of years were so good for you. Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion, and now with the Intercontinental Champion, being in Mexico, I think there's been a lot of 2-3 years for Michael Elgin. Ha sido campeón de Ring of Honor, ha sido campeón intercontinental y WGP, ahora está en México. Han sido 2-3 años muy buenos para Michael Elgin.
Yeah, I think it would have started a little bit before that. I'd been wrestled a lot for many years. I'm 29 years old, and I started wrestling at the age of 14. So I have a lot of years under my belt. But the problem is in Canada, you don't get seen very often. It's very few and far between. For every Edge or Christian or Eric Young or Bobby Roode, Canadians like that, there's 100, 200, 500 guys that you don't know about. And I was lucky enough to be the one guy that came through. And really my defining moment, I think, was in 2012. It was for the Ring of Honor World title. I didn't win the title, but my match was awarded 5 stars, and it was a match that people talked about for years. And I think that kind of started the momentum in 2012, and it's just continued. And I've been very fortunate, very lucky, but no matter how much luck I have and how much fortune I have, I'm also skilled, and I think that's what's most important. I think that's what everybody's going to come to find out. CMLL is one of the biggest companies in the world, and to be a part of it is I don't take that lightly. I have respect for CMLL, I have respect for Lucha Libre, I have respect for everything that Mexico has to offer for professional wrestling. So I definitely don't take that lightly. And as you said, I have a busy schedule. I have 2 tournaments on my plate, and I think the only way to really accustom myself to Lucha Libre would be a clean sweep and win them both. As of right now, this is what's on my plate, but there has been discussion of maybe coming back at a future date, because right after this, my stunt in Mexico, I go to Japan for the G1. In the next 2 months, I have 3 tournaments on my plate, very big tournaments too. But I would absolutely love to come back. I've only come from the airport to here, but I already love the city. I like being here. I got to take a sneak peek in the Arena Mexico, and man, it's a surreal feeling, to be honest. And I hope that this is the first of many visits to CMLL and Lucha Elite in Mexico. I remember growing up, I would watch any and all wrestling that came on TV, and we were lucky in Canada to have a Latin network that showed CMLL, actually. And man, I would stay up till Saturdays till 1 in the morning just to check it out, because I was amazed by the athleticism. You didn't really see that in the States at that time. The athleticism, just the way the crowds reacted, it was so much different, the masks and the colors and everything, and it really made me respect wrestling as a whole, not just Lucha Libre, that much more. So I'm a huge fan of it, and it's, as I said, it's one of those bucket list check marks, so I'm very happy to be here.
Names that you know?
Yeah, currently I mainly know the guys who have been to New Japan, unfortunately, just because with how my career's been going, it's really hard to keep up with everything. So I'm very familiar with Dorada. I'm also very familiar with Volador. I just spent time with him on the juniors tour. But I remember seeing CMLL back with like Pierroth Jr. and obviously being from Canada and U.S., guys like Rey Mysterio and Juventud Guerrera and Eddie Guerrero's the guys that come up through Mexico and Lucha Libre. But man, there's so many names I can't really remember. Hector Garza, Cibernetico. Those are really the names that come to mind right now. I'd have to really think in the Rolodex, but as I said, it's just the fans' reaction and the different style. It was so enthralling to me. It was just, when you see something that you haven't seen before, you want to gain that understanding, and right away, like, I understood it, I got it, and I had a respect for it. And it's a pleasure to be thrown in the mix and be able to learn that style even more. I've been very fortunate over the last couple of years to have the crowd support. And for me, that's big, because I remember as a child going to wrestling shows and cheering on my favorites. And when they did good, I felt like I took part in that. And I'm here on a mission. I want to win every match I'm in. And for that to happen, I need your support. I need you to come out, and I need you to cheer for me, because in doing so, you'll help me come to victory, and you'll be part of my wins. So please come out, support me, come out, support pro wrestling, support Lucha Libre.